Disrupting Convention in David Ives' Sure Thing. Sure Thing is a comical play by David Ives about two characters, Bill and Betty. The play is set in a café, where Bill approaches Betty and initiates a conversation. The two characters have many dating problems. Bill tries many tactics to impress Betty until he finally succeeds. The characters engage in dialogue about various issues. A bell rings, and they start the conversation all over again, but with different responses. However, the author does not adhere to all the conventional expectations of plays. This response aims to highlight the extent to which the author deviates from the principles of writing plays. The plot is unusual as the author uses a sequence of interchanging situations. The characters engage in different dialogues but in the same situation to create different outcomes each time. These scenarios are distinguished by the ringing of a bell between them. There are only two characters, and they don't change the setting. They remain in the cafe throughout the play. The play evokes emotions of sympathy for Bill, who tries several times unsuccessfully to get Betty to like him. Betty is rude and cold towards him, for instance, when she says, "I just wanted to read in quiet if you don't mind." The statement, "Amazing how you can live right next door to somebody in this town and never even know it," is made by Billy to Betty. This statement is enlightening as it reminds us about how we relate with our neighbors in our daily lives. People living in towns are very engrossed in their businesses and forget essential things like forging friendships with neighbors. This challenges us to maintain good social relationships with our neighbors. Betty's decision to accept and love Billy is relieving to the audience, as he has gone through a lot of trouble trying to impress her. In this play, I identify with Bill because he is nervous and says the wrong things as he tries to impress Betty. For instance, he confuses The Sound and the Fury as Hemingway's work instead of Faulkner's. This play presents situations that happen in everyday dating life. As I went through the play, I thought Betty was a cold, rude, and snobbish girl. But as I proceeded on, I realized that she is humorous, lively, and sociable as she opens up to Billy, and the two engage in a very vivacious dialogue. The play Variations on the Death of Trotsky is very similar to Sure Thing because it uses the same plot of changing the goings-on in the same situation. In Variations on the Death of Trotsky, David Ives presents 8 different scenarios depicting different last moments of Trotsky's life. Bells are also used between the scenes. The two plays are also very humorous. This kind of plot is very effective for comical plays. The play Sure Thing is hilarious and informative as it portrays the everyday things people go through in life in a comical way. The ringing of the bell takes the characters back in time so they can begin the conversation afresh and correct the statements they had made previously. The audience is entertained as they are taken through a world of fantasy where people can be given a second chance to re-articulate their statements.